The following audio recording has been designed for learning purposes only. Do not share, distribute, or provide any type of copies, or this audio lesson will not be made available to you. Good luck with today's lesson.
We'll get that as well. And then my producers are really going to be paying attention to timing. How long does it take my entire group to get to that location, to set up, get our minds wrapped around what we're going to do, and then get it done. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to what is the hope, what's the plan to shoot how many shots in one day, and then see what comes out. It might not always be aligned with your plan, but at least you can keep track of what's happening. All right, so that shot list is there under Resources 500. And then there's also a blank storyboard as well. Some of you guys might, every group is a bit different. Some of you might visually want to just draw out, gosh, I see it kind of playing out like this, and then get a chance to tell your group mates kind of what you're thinking if you visually draw it out. So that is there. The other thing I wanted to show you is this in a second. All right, so this, come on, sorry, this thing won't work here. Okay, this is Studio Binder. Studio Binder is a service that you can pay for. And I think if you wanted to do it for your own personal, I think it's $30 a month. But let me just show you what they could do. But they do allow you to download some templates and things for free. So it's a way for you to break down your script and figure out what you need to. So let me just show you kind of what they do so you get an idea. And we're going to do this on the slower side because we haven't paid for this to use, but we can still do it on a different level. Okay, so that's them in a nutshell. You can do a lot more, obviously, if you pay for it. But what I've done is I downloaded a template, which I think will be helpful. So we're just going to do this. We're working on a much smaller script, right? Smaller, only 2 individuals. You could maybe even mimic 2 locations if you do it just right. But I still want you guys to break it down. Notice how in the video they were saying, they went through and said, okay, well, they needed a 93 Camry. Okay, yours might not be as specific, but I want you to break down things that you need in order to tell the story. There was one I thought that was kind of in the same sentence. It was like 93 Camry and hamburger wrappers. Did anyone see that? So I thought that was really strange. But hey, if it's vital to the story, who's bringing? I mean, I don't carry hamburger wrappers with me all the time. Band-Aids I've got, but hamburger wrappers, no. So you want to make sure that you have all the pieces and then break them down so that who's bringing what, so there's no confusion on Wednesday. Oh, I was supposed to bring the hamburger wrappers? Like, I forgot, okay? So let's figure that out today. So I broke down some sheets, and then it's actually kind of nice, and I can put this on the server as well. They break down different colors so that you can see what you need to do when and who needs to be where. So I can have this to you too, but I printed it out. Oh, I mean, sorry, 3 only. Oy vey. It's a day today. Okay. All right, so I see. Day 4. All right, and I think I need more. I need one more, but I'll get you guys one. Yeah. Okay. And then they also have too, which I think was really nice, and I have this in Excel. We can type this out. Each sheet, so you can break down each scene so you can figure out, okay, who needs to be where, what do we need to have. Remember, I'm looking for 2 cameras for every shot, so you can have some options there. And so hopefully, looks like everyone brought their cameras that needed to today. So then after you guys get finished putting all your shots in order and what you're going to do first on Wednesday, then you can maybe hopefully go to that location and start getting an idea of what it will look like and adjust as needed, right? Thank you. And, all right, perfect. So this site's actually really good, and like I said, I think they offer $30 if you really wanted to. If you wanted to start, some people start this way as an individual, as they're doing production teams, as it helps manage all the people. If you have more than 5, 6 people, it's harder to manage more and more people. But there's a lot of things that you can do here as far as downloading some different things and sharing some files, and so it's actually really nice. But before anything like this was available, we would do it. A person or persons would do that and break that down individually so that we'd make sure we get all the pieces that we need to. So, of course, they make everything faster now, but that's just how it goes. But it's all right. So what I want to do today is we'll break out. So we have kind of 3 rooms: the studio, this room, and then one group can be in the sound booth room. We'll just pull some chairs in. What I want to do is then meet in your group and start to break down your list, whether it's handwritten shot lists, which I have up front. I have empty shot lists up here, and break down, okay, how are we going to do it? What are we going to shoot? Who's going to be there? My producers, I think last class already identified what kind of equipment we needed. So just check with all of that. Who's bringing what? Are you bringing your camera? Oh, I thought I was bringing my camera. It's these little things that if you're not double checking and triple checking to make sure everyone's bringing what they need to, it's when things fall apart on the day we need to shoot. If you have a teammate that's not here today, send him or her an email and say, hey, text, whatever you guys suggested initially from last week, find out what's going on and let them know that, hey, we're all set for Wednesday. We're going to shoot Wednesday, provided there's not a snowmageddon, okay? Yeah. So if you get to that point, I'm going to kind of bounce in between groups and see where you guys are at, because I want you guys to stay on task. If one person continually goes off task on their phone, losing their mind, try to wrangle them back in, right? I want everyone focused on the task at hand. Everyone's got to be all hands on deck to get the job done. So if you have a moment, we'll take a break, of course. That's always necessary too. But if someone always is going off camp, try to wrangle them back in. Let me know. Obviously, like I said, if once these files are done, once you're done shooting, once you're done editing, I'll do a team member evaluation, because I want to see who's doing what and who's sitting off in the corner, on Instagram, not doing their work, not pulling their load. So if that's the case, it'll eventually come out. If it doesn't come out right away, someone will say, hey, this person never showed up, they were always late, they never did what what we asked them to do. So everybody's held accountable, okay? And it'll show in your final piece if someone really drops the ball. So let's do that. Let's spend our time today. So gather in your groups. One group can be in here, another group can be in the studio, and then another group in the sound booth room. And then I'll kind of float. I'll put the Excel spreadsheet on the server. But you guys can start either with a handheld shot list, or we'll come in. There's empty storyboards up there too. Yeah. There's storyboards there, and empty shot lists are up at the front as well.